vendor spotlight from Centari that we're going to start off first, and then we're going to go straight into our next panel. Hope everybody has enjoyed the time that we've allocated at the conference for networking. Now it's time to listen a bit. So Kevin, why don't you come on up?
Thanks, Josh. All right, everyone. Good to see everybody. Kevin Walker, CEO of Centari, and I'd love to talk about elevating legal practice with advanced AI and data science. So something that we have all been talking about for months now is the transformation of law into a data-driven industry. So I'd love to make an analogy, what we all have in common with the world of espionage. So this is a quote from the former chief of MI6, famously the James Bond agency, saying that the most important person in an intelligence agency today is not James Bond. So bad news for James Bond, he's out of a job. The person who is in a job is the data analyst, because it is data that gives us insights into where threats are coming from and opportunities are emerging. And this is very relevant for the world of law, where firms sit on mounds of very valuable data, typically in an unstructured format, living in document databases. So what does a data-driven legal profession look like? For folks who have been at conferences with us before, I love sharing this slide. I'll keep sharing it forever because it's so important. The true value of the business of law is intellectual capital. That's our currency. So when clients go to choose a firm, they choose a firm that has the most expertise in the particular thing they need to solve. Way more important to them than value and pricing is the expertise of the attorneys they are hiring. And troves of expertise are frozen in document databases. So when we think about that intellectual capital, it lives in the minds of your attorneys and it lives in documents. So at Centari, we're very focused on how do we mobilize that intelligence that is contained in documents? How do we transform unstructured data into actionable insights across the firm? And that's when we introduced Deal Intelligence by Centari. And what Deal Intelligence by Centari does is it takes a firm's set of data points, whether it's deal points, matter information, and makes it automatically extractable from these documents at scale. So what we can do is take that very manual process of many hours of attorney time, typically non-billable workflow that I perform myself and members of our team have performed in our past lives as lawyers, tedious process, and automate it so you can get data out of these documents and put it to work. Now, the tech adoption curve is not static, so this is groundbreaking technology, and firms are moving at different paces to adopt it. But what we're seeing is, with our customers and the folks we're working with, this is a powerful, powerful technology. So the data is very valuable. Getting out of documents previously very tedious, very expensive, and we can now automate that in ways that were never before possible. So we think about the trees of deal intelligence here. So something to take back. The old school way was sort of the traditional ML. Let's do sort of a lot of labeling, take a bunch of documents, try to very, very manually try to label these documents to get data out. Then we start to see kind of the introduction of fine-tuned models and small LLMs. And what we're seeing in our research is that the most powerful commercial models unlock a much deeper level of intelligence. So you're not just pulling out party names and dates, you're pulling out complex multi-step concepts from documents, performing real attorney-level workflows to mobilize this data. And when we think about reaching for the stars, what does that next wave of data-driven law firm look like? That's what we're focused on at Centari, and excited to work with great firms towards this new evolution of our practice. So I have a spot here for Q&A, but come find us in our hub. I think we have a hub shortly. We have cookies, which is our tradition. So come by. They're great cookies. I can vouch for that, and look forward to seeing everybody. Thank you.